Hi there. In this tutorial we're going to go through Booking Our Availability Manager for Joomla and look at all the relevant settings and test the components slightly. To go along with this tutorial, you can trial the product for yourself at demo.media-street.co.uk. When you're on that website, you'll see it looks very similar to the site you're seeing now on this video tutorial. Click on Booking Our Availability Manager and then click on Demo Admin View. On this page, you can configure the component to run how you'd like. There's lots of settings for the component and it's highly configurable. In this tutorial, like I said, we're just going to glance through a couple of the basics. To start off with, anyone wanting to show availability will obviously need a calendar to show the availability on. For our demo, we'll create a calendar called Weekly Stays at Self-Catering Properties in the UK. For this calendar, we're having people coming on one Saturday and leaving the following Saturday. For that, I click on More Options and the More Days template, because I want to now customize whether they're staying for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what period of time. I'm choosing for it to be a 1 week period, and here I can then choose for them to arrive on a Saturday and leave the following Saturday. Generically, I want the price to be £500 per property or room on this calendar. I'll spell self-catering without a capital as well. I'll also choose to show 10 weeks at a time. You can see here display 10. That means that 10 of the dates set here will show our time. I've also chosen to be taking Great British Pounds. I also have the option, if I wish, to be doing Euros or US dollars instead. I've chosen for the calendar to be published. Now I've saved my weekly stays at self-catering properties in the UK calendar, it will now be showing on the front end. What I want to do first though is create some properties that will show. So I've clicked on the Add New Property tab, this tab here. Here I can add in the property name such as Cottage of Mine. I can then add in details of the property or the room. For this example, for my cottage, I'm going to say it's got 5 beds and I'm going to enter in a link which could be to a page with more details of this cottage. The link can be any link you want, whether it's an internal or external link. You've also got security deposit. Here you can decide to charge your customers for an additional deposit on top of their booking. If I'm charging my customers £500 to stay for a week, I could choose to take a £200 deposit on top. That would mean they pay £700 when they book with me today. Then, when they departed, if no damage was done to my cottage, I would give them this £200 back. It's an optional feature, just like link and beds. If you want, you can just use the name input field here and leave everything else blank. This cottage of mine, I'm now going to save. Earlier on, I created another number of properties which will already be available. I created those properties just entering it in here and doing it multiple times. Now, if I refresh the page, what we're going to do is configure our weekly stays at self-catering properties in the UK. To do this, I click on the tab. I then get a list here from Saturday to Saturday. So this is Saturday the 13th, Saturday the 20th, Saturday 27th. It then shows the prices. Earlier on, just now, I set the price to be £500 generically. Now I could further customize the price per week and per property. For this April the 13th, I will change the price to be £700 for property ZYX. I then want the price the following week to be £550, and you can go on doing this as much as you wish. You can also customize the calendar as much as you wish in the future, setting prices for either 1 month, 6 months, 2 years. However far in advance you want to go, the component will go. Once you've customized your prices, you want to display or you want to choose what properties to show. I just customized properties ZYX, so I want that property to show in this calendar. I will now untick the hide box. It's now just saved that, and as a result, this property will be on the calendar. I also want Cottage of Mine to also be on the calendar, and I want to customize the prices for Cottage of Mine. So I will just quickly do this by clicking on the relevant price and changing it as I wish. Once I've done that, I can then hide weekly stays at self-catering properties in the UK. It will automatically save that calendar and all the customization I just did. So now my calendar is configured. I've added relevant properties. I created a calendar in the first place as well. I can now configure the component furthermore. I'll let you explore this on our demo website, but I will now highlight just a couple key points. Here on configuration is where you enter all your PayPal details. So please make sure you enter your PayPal details before letting customers book for availability, because the component will not work correctly without the details entered. You also, under configuration, can customize all the emails which you're sending. You've got a customized email option for pending emails, i.e. bank transfers. You've got confirmed email customization. That is for when people pay, for example, with PayPal Pro. And you've also got bank confirmed email customization options. Whenever you're customizing an email template, you can always use default tags. Click on Show Values here, and you can see all the tags which you can use to customize the email. As a result, if I was to create a template now, I could easily put in booking details such as the total they paid, their subtotal as well. I could even title it to the person who made the purchase. I could do this by just copying forename, and then I could put Dear Forename. When it sends the email, it will customize it to the person that ordered. Once you've done all your settings and configuration, you've got a Save button here. You also have booking products. The component allows for you to have add-ons. If you're doing, let's say, this self-catered weekly stays, I could choose to charge my customers additional fees if they wanted additional services. For this demo, I've entered newspapers at £5 and breakfast at £10 if people wish. Once you've set up all the configuration for the component, you can then test it. Click on Use a Few. Once that page is loaded, you can see the calendar I just created, weekly stays at self-catering properties. If I click on that, you can see the two properties which I chose to unhide, and you can see the relevant prices, including the ones which I customized. You also can see that the property names are linked, as we customized when we created a property. Now, if I was a customer of yours, I could easily book an accommodation venue by seeing Cottage of Mine, 5 bedrooms, £500 for the week commencing 13th of April. If I click £500, I can then put in all the relevant details for my booking. As you can see here, it's a booking form. You can enter all your details in, your customers will. Your customers can also enter in the details of the group, and then they can actually take the payment or make a payment there and then. Currently, the payment options for the component are PayPal Pro and bank transfer. Let's say we want to pay with PayPal Pro. We could click Make a Payment by Card, and all the relevant card details would be entered here. It then shows me my total, and I've got the option to also purchase the extras which we looked at earlier in configuration. Newspapers at £5 and breakfast at £10. If I were to confirm my order, I would click confirm. Once your customers order, you can view all your orders on the order view. As you can see on this page, you have two main buttons, Future View and All View. Your Future View will show you bookings for the future. All View will show you both past bookings and future bookings. On both pages, you will get a list of your bookings appear. If you click on a booking, you can see all the relevant details, including the group details, the order details, the buyer details, and also the payment details. Here you can also update a status of an order. If someone is paying by a bank transfer and the money has been received, you could choose bank transfer received. Equally, if someone cancelled their order, you could choose cancel or cancel and refund issued. The component is highly configurable, and we thoroughly recommend you test it at demo.media-street.co.uk. We do hope you found this tutorial useful though, and we hope you enjoy the component. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email us. Our email is mail, M-A-I-L, at media-street.co.uk. Please don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and also monitor us on YouTube. We have an active YouTube video with tutorials going up frequently, so if you want a more in-depth tutorial or a tutorial on one of our other Joomla extensions, please visit our YouTube page.